welcome back to the Sports Mag Zone. Memphis Grizzlies have forced their way into the conversation about the most potent teams in the league so far this season. Led by the 2019-2020 Rookie of the Year, Ja Morant, the Grizzlies beat Steph Curry under the Warriors 116-108 on Tuesday to log their 10th straight win. Morant had 29 points and 8 assists. Now, the Grizzlies knocked the Warriors out of the playoffs last season, but Morant and the company felt they weren't given the respect that such a performance deserved. And after Tuesday's win, the 22-year-old believes the team is finally being seen for what they are, a dangerous team in the West. When asked about attracting the attention of the pundits, Morant said, quote, "I bet you we have it now," end quote. Morant was so keyed in on Tuesday that he snubbed a child wearing a Warriors jersey who attempted to high-five him after a certain play. Here's the play.
5-point lead for the Grizzlies. Screen by Clark. Morant drives, jumps and scores!
Relentless. Hadn't gotten a call, thought that he was fouled numerous times, but he doesn't stop. He doesn't sell himself short. Continues to take it to the basket. How about never touching the ball with his right hand and still able to finish with the contact?
The little boy is left hanging. Morant, though, said it was no snub.
The last bucket, you drew the foul, you go into the stands, and there's a little kid wearing a Warriors.
Disrespectful with that jersey on.
He was say that again?
He was disrespectful
with the jersey on. You no mercy for the little kid.
Nah, we in Memphis. It looked like he wanted to cheer, but he had that jersey on. I apologized to him, but in that moment, bro, take the jersey off and then dap me up.
Do you expect him back? You want him back in a Grizzlies jersey next time?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody find his information. I sent him one myself. No disrespect to the guy though. He probably looked up to me. Sorry.
Yeah, it was no snub. It was stronger than that. He deliberately didn't want any part or parcel with anybody in a Warriors jersey, even a child. Well, here's how the exciting Grizzlies took down Western leaders Golden State Warriors on Tuesday.
Heavyweight battle in the grindhouse. The Grizzlies, winners of 9 in a row, taking on Klay Thompson and the Dubs. Klay, his second game back after missing 2 seasons. Here's Klay in the first quarter. Golden State out to an early 6-point lead, but when the Dubs lose a game, it's usually because they have a turnover issue. And boy, did they have a turnover issue on this night. Here's Zaire Williams to Ja Morant. Then Xavier Tillman, backdoor, Morant scoring. Wow. This defense looked vulnerable at times because Memphis was so good. Check this out. Kyle Anderson steals it. Desmond Bane to Morant. He had 18 in the first half. Then more Memphis defense. DeAnthony Melton says, "Give me that." Morant to Williams, who rises to the occasion. Check out this feed. Ja just tosses it up nonchalantly, and Zaire Williams, 2 of his 17. Warriors had 12 first-half turnovers here. Final seconds of the first half, and look at that. Klay, clutch. That cut the deficit to just 8. It was 59-51 at the break. Third quarter, Steph from downtown. And then a little Golden State defense. Steph steals it and lobs it to Gary Payton II. Nice mid-air adjustment there. Curry with the triple-double on this night. Here gets the feed from Andrew Wiggins. Curry, 27 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. But more of Ja Morant. Golden State up by 2, not for long. Bucket and the foul. Memphis would take a 1-point lead. Jaren Jackson Jr., no, but right there, follow your shots, kids. Jackson had 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 big blocks. Tyus Jones, look at this. He was 5 of 5 from downtown. He had 17 points. Klay Thompson, mid-range game, that's still strong. He had 14. Thompson to GP2. Wide open there. The reverse dunk makes it a 111-108 game. 30 seconds to go. Memphis with the ball, leading and sealing the deal. That is the closer, Ja Morant. They have now won a franchise best 10 in a row with the 116-108 win over the Warriors.
Yeah, So, let me go around the horn. Ja Morant, do you think they respect him now? They respect the Grizzlies?
Yeah, I think so. On his left arm, there's a tattoo that says "beneath me." So I get the idea that, he already, he's pushing the narrative that people take us for granted. So he wants them to know that, no one is beneath them, and that he has gone with that mindset into each of the NBA games this season. And George, you've been talking about him for some time. You've been convincing Lance that he should pick him up as his own as well.
Commending him to Lance.
Yeah, he's been giving him to Lance, and he's been constantly telling, you have to see this youth, if you're looking for a player, this is the one to check and whatever. And to be honest, he deserves that.
Yeah.
He has done night after night. He's brought the Grizzlies to the level that they are. So much so, I have to say, I feel as if he's underrated.
He'd love to hear that.
Underrated.
Lance, he beat our Golden State Warriors team that we're actually talking about winning the NBA championship. So he has to be underrated the way when people discuss him.
I don't think people are underestimating him now, actually. And I think that part of the snub from the little chap last night had a lot to do with his mindset and the moment. Because Klay Thompson just recently returned for the Golden State Warriors. Golden State were in Memphis, and Ja Morant taking no prisoners. So even the young ones feeling his venom, because that's what it looked like to some people. I think they would have been a little disappointed that he didn't, embrace the youngster. This was just a child. Mariah, you mentioned that maybe it was his parents that put the shirt on, so he wasn't even, not that he wouldn't be aware that he has on a Golden State Warriors shirt, but it meant nothing to him.
But what the child was aware of is that he loved what he's seeing from Ja Morant. Imagine a little kid, although dressed in the rival team's gear, he recognized that, hey, I like what he's doing. He's doing something cool, and that's, I guess, when he raised his hand to high-five Ja Morant.
I just think Ja was particularly pumped, not that he needs a lot to be pumped these days, because Golden State were coming there, and they were, up to 2 nights ago, the #1 team in the league. And also, as I said, with Klay Thompson back and so on, there's so much buzz going around. I think Ja Morant entered that game last night making a statement and going there with an attitude to say, they're not coming to Memphis to beat us.
Well, I want to hear from Ja Morant's agent. He's been quiet and he's letting us talk. What's up?
No, what Ja Morant's play, and yes, Lance, I'm agreeing with both of you. He had a point to prove last night.
Yes.
He had a point to prove to say, okay, this is the team you say is the favorite for the NBA title. Yeah. Watch what I'm going to do to you and your favorites for the NBA title this season. And he went out and he did it. It underscores for me the importance of ego to an athlete. We rear our children, we raise our children to be shorn of ego, to be humble, to fall in line, to not want to stand out, to not want to draw attention to themselves, to conform. It's rubbish. Everybody can't be that. You have to have those who want to go out and prove something, who want to stake a claim for greatness and go and prove why they should be considered great. Without that, a sportsman is going to, or an athlete, sportsman or sportswoman is going to be ordinary. They're going to be average. They're going to be just another face in the crowd. This is a young man in the gallery of stars that the NBA has, and then the few superstars, the alpha males in there, the James and Durant and Currys. He wants to, and of course Giannis, he wants to move to the other level where you're talking about him like them. Of course, he has a long way to go, but that's where he wants to go. That's where his play suggests that he will be mentioned in not too long from now if he continues this. So I love it. Athletes should have egos. People should have egos. There's nothing wrong with having a high sense of self and doing things to support your own opinion of yourself. All right? Before we leave the segment, these are the results from Tuesday's games in the NBA. The Wizards besting the Thunder. Suns beating the Raptors. The Raptors are on a hot streak. Grizzlies confirming their win over the Warriors. The Bulls, look how many points they put up. 133. They beat the Pistons by 46 points. That's a lot. The Pelicans got by the Timberwolves, and there were 2 points in it. The Clippers beating the Nuggets in a rather low-scoring affair.